13 years at Alabama, I've had plenty of criticism, and as long as I'm doing this, I'll continue to get criticism. I've been married for 29, going on 30 years. I've had plenty of criticism along my way. So it's just kind of part of it. I know what's real and what's not real, but, you know, I think if anybody doesn't believe in us after what they've been able to witness the last 15 years, they never believed anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
Coach, having Antonio Williams back, Tyler's done a great job with Antonio out, but how much more can he stretch the field and, you know, both horizontally and vertically, and potentially having both he and Tyler on the field at the same
Antonio?
time? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. I mean, this kid's freshman All-American last year, earned that. Tyler's on his way to doing that. So back-to-back years, I think we've had two really good guys that have come in here, and then Bo's having a great year as well. Probably his best year, his healthiest year for sure. And so I think we're in a good spot, man. And then obviously Troy and what he's been able to do, a few of these games and gaining his confidence has been awesome. So I think our group is coming together, but it doesn't make us worse getting Zero back. That is for sure. He's a weapon, and he's confident, and it's just good to see him running around and being able to, you know, get back out there and do what he loves to do. And, no doubt he's a difference maker for us.
I think Cade's at 151 straight passes without an interception. Just what have you seen from him in terms of avoiding those type of plays?
Why do you say stuff like that?
It's on the game notes.
Chapman, that is not. I mean, you may see that in the game notes, but you don't ever talk. You don't say that. You never say that. That's like you got a no-hitter in the 6th inning, right? You don't, it's just you just leave it alone. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear what you said. Come on, Chapman. You know, it's. I mean, you know, he's growing. He's growing. I mean, he's gonna make some mistakes, but I'm telling y'all, we got us a great one, man. This kid is coming, and he's blossoming. You know, and we saw it last year, but he just needed to kind of physically kind of come on a little bit, and he's made the right stuff. And I mean, I just think that he's got a lot of good football ahead this year. A couple of years after this, man, this kid's going to be a great winner throughout his Clemson, you know, career. And we're just starting to see the type of foundation and growth that he really needs, I think, to go to the highest level for him. But I'm proud of him. I mean, he's had a couple tough breaks that haven't really been his fault, kind of gone against him, and he's made a couple of really dumb plays too. But he learns and he gets better, and this kid competes his butt off. I don't think I've ever been around a guy that loves to practice like that. I mean, he loves to practice, he loves to study, he loves to play the game. When you're talented like him with the work ethic that you have, that's a pretty good combination that I think drives you toward greatness. And so he's on the right track, and like I said, he'll have some ebbs and flows, and he'll make some mistakes along the way. I'm sure eventually thanks to you, Chapel, he'll throw an interception somewhere along the way. Maybe it's 2 years from now, but it'll happen. And but you know, he's a kid that really cares, and he's just going to keep getting better. I mean, we're really lucky to have him. I'm proud of him, and man, and the kid we don't even talk about right now, CV. I mean, we're redshirting him, and he's kind of over in the crock pot, but this is a really good, young, talented player too. So I like where we are at that position.
What's the pecking order at right guard right now?
Mitchell and Harris, you know, battling over there, and they'll both play. I don't see a situation where they don't both play. We'll see who runs out there first. They've got a long week ahead from a practice standpoint, but excited about what Mitchell's done, and you know, he didn't play his best game. I guess a couple games ago, but Harris got a lot of opportunity in the last game, took advantage of it, did a great job, and we're really excited about, you know, him and our OL in general, and what we have the opportunity to produce there over these next couple of years.
Coach, I guess we could call this the Radakovich Bowl. Are you looking forward to seeing Dan again? And what do you think about what he's done so far with their athletics and trying to replicate what he did here at Clemson?
He's re-energized them. I mean, listen, Mario's done an amazing job. I don't want to minimize that at all, because he's a great recruiter and a great coach, and he brings a lot of toughness, and you see that in his team. But any head coach will tell you the support that you have from the top down, and having somebody who knows how to generate that support is important. It's critical. And D-Rad, he's awesome. He does an amazing job. So I think he's a builder. He's put a lot of things, I think, in place. I don't know where they are, but I'm sure they've got things going right now, from fundraising to facilities. I think they were maybe a little behind there in what they needed to do. So I think he's got a lot of vision, and he's got a lot of energy. So I'm sure Mario would tell you the same thing. He's probably made a huge difference for him in a lot of areas, and not just in football. In just the whole athletic department. He's really good. Did a great job for us, and look forward to seeing it for sure. He and Marcy.
There's a Senate hearing going on right now about NIL in Washington.
There's a what?
A Senate hearing
Okay.
going on about NIL right now in Washington. I'm just wondering, how confident you are that the United States government can figure out NIL and come forward with a solution that makes everybody happy.
I don't know. What's your confidence?
Zero.
I'm gonna have a little more than that. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I know we got a lot going on in the world. I would say my hope is more than zero, but I appreciate your half-empty perspective. I'm half full, so we'll just go from there. But I have no idea. I don't know. There was a hearing, but got a lot going on in the world. But I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah, but I've been hanging out with some of the parents after the Tiger Walk and being able to witness their camaraderie. I got to know KJ's mom last year a little bit and understand that she was the team mom. Now,
Yeah.
Lori, when did the team mom thing start exactly, and why do you see that as such a valuable and important part of this culture that you guys have here?
Yeah, well, I mean, that starts really in the recruit process here. I mean, the way we do things is different, unique. We're not all things to all people. We don't really offer a lot of guys. We don't do 100 official visits. And so people really get to know each other here. And it's a close group. Our recruiting classes are really close typically. You don't see a lot of decommitments at Clemson. It's a rare thing. We had a little rough patch with COVID there, but that's kind of, we weren't able to really do things the way we do things. But and so through that process, relationships develop. And not only just with the staff and the players, but the families. It's a huge part, and it's a welcome thing here. I mean, our families are here all the time. They come to practice. They come, and sometimes they'll come in on a Wednesday night dinner with us. But I don't know when it started. It's something we've done for a long. I just think we've gotten better at it. We've gotten more, over the years. Like, we have a parent newsletter. We have a parent. I guess it's a text thread or a Snapchat or something. Ashley runs it. Ashley, who works with me, she kind of runs that. She's our parent liaison. And so, again, we send them a newsletter every single week that we generate from within. It's just a lot of communication. I do a 13-month calendar that I send to all the parents in August that has all the way through the next August plan. So they can be organized, and it's a lot easier to buy plane tickets in August for the next April than the week before. So we're very efficient, we're very connected, we're very organized that way, and I think that really leads to trust and respect, which accentuates relationships. Our families tailgate right here. I don't know of many places where that was something that I really fought for really hard. When we built this building, so our parents park right here on game day. They tailgate together. They use this facility. They use the grills. So they're together. We have it's wherever we're on the road. There's again a parent who all's going. They share tickets. They all communicate. Need whatever. It's like a virtual back in the day. Got to, need to out on the street, right? So there's a lot of communication that way. And I don't know when the actual team mom, like official, probably as we got a little more, I guess, technologically savvy, and I would say Skowski's mom, she was here for 10 years, so I mean, she ran it for a while, and then it's just kind of gone from there. We do a lot of things together. They sit together. We do a big thing in the spring. We do a big family cookout in the spring game where all the families are here together. So they just know each other and spend a lot of time with each other, and they all have, we're all kind of in the fight together, if you will.
I grew up playing really competitive soccer, and my coaches were like a hard, fast rule of like, if your parent talks to me, you're gonna sit on the bench. Like that was a serious rule as like a high school club soccer player, and like through the ODP ranks, Olympic development ranks, and all of that. And I feel like that's more the norm of like, you're now adult men, keep your parents out of it, we deal with you as professionals. Why do you see that value in welcoming in the family and allowing them to come to practice? What's the benefit that you believe and have seen as a result of that?
I mean, we are a relationship, purpose-driven program. I mean, we're not transactional place. This is a relationship place, and you can't have a relationship with someone if you don't talk to them. And so, that's just always been how it's that way with our staff. I mean, our families are here all the time. Our kids are here all the time. I just welcome that. And I think being a parent, a dad, and being an assistant coach, I mean, I know it's not that way everywhere, where your wife is welcome to come or your kids are welcome and invited. It's just not that way at a lot of workplaces. But I always wanted it to be that way. From the day I got this job, I mean, I've tried to make it a priority to, yes, win, but, win in a way that we don't, sacrifice our families. And I said early on, I don't know if we can do it, but if we can't, then I can do something else. But it's just how I felt like we should do it, and that's the greatest thing about how we've won is that, and that's why we haven't had lots of turnover around here. People love it here. People know they're valued. It is family, and it's connected. Wives, kids. It's a hard profession, but